Good morning, noon, evening or night, depending when you're watching this video. My name is Alegende and welcome back to World of Tanks and the Stronk Strongholds series, in which we are against the clan TSS. And I called out the name of this clan in particular because on a earlier global map season we had an indirect alliance with this clan alongside with the Kingpin during that Clan Wars season, One Punch. However, during that season TSS got more provinces allocated to them because they were the so-called better clan. However, in this battle you will see that they are not living up towards that title. So immediately in Runberg we are claiming the zero line, as do they with their mediums. They decide to push further forward, however they got caught right into our ambush with most of our mediums also at this side. They are losing a lot of hit points. They do focus fire quite a bit, but so are we with more tanks. However, I noticed that I am getting swarmed quite quickly, so knowing that I'm probably going to die soon, I immediately equip the arty strike, so that at least that way I can deal some extra damage. However, I still am alive, which I found very weird. Doesn't happen really that often that, well, enemy tanks are just almost ignoring me. Most of the times I get focused down the first, or I am most of the times the first tank they see. Well, that's pretty much more the problem of mine. But just like that, the battle has been decided on that flank within a minute, pretty much. Maybe even shorter than a minute. And from this moment on, it's just simply cleaning up the last enemy tanks. Although the EBRs are still somewhat annoying to pick off. And please ignore the very poor use of the auto reloader mechanic of the Pantera that I'm playing here, because I was trying to deal as much damage as fast as possible, and that is every time when I'm reloaded. I mean, completely reloading my entire clip would take forever, so I decided to deal damage whenever I could, whenever I was reloaded. And the battle ends quite interesting while the last EBR crashes his own tank. And that's pretty much game. However, we are going to take a closer look on what actually happened during that short period of time at the zero line, because otherwise this video would be extremely short. Normally these Stronk Strongholds videos are short as it already is, but well, I don't want to make it ridiculous. So going back towards the moment that the enemies are trying to push further along in the city, they push further with only 3 of their projectiles, one of which stays a little bit behind. Their Burrasque also stays behind, and the Object 274A is along with their heavy tank in the middle. But we got 3 heavy tanks in the middle, which can deal with him very easily, holding them off. Maybe they thought that our heavies would go towards the city, then this strategy would be more impactful, but committing already a quite substantial amount of their mediums, even after they notice that our mediums are pretty much all of them are right here at this line, is something that they really should have thought out better, because the moment they really noticed us, they should have retreated faster, and their last critical mistake is just to double down on their initial ID and push further forward. As we see that continue, even one of their projectile on the left is driving even further forward. Don't know what he was thinking exactly. He was just getting right into the open, maybe for some distraction, because you see one of our projectiles actually turning the turret back towards the projectile who rushes the farthest, but he noticed immediately that our T-54 in the back is dealing with that projectile very easily. And with that, the main focus is back on all the enemy mediums in the front near me, who, well, they were more distracted by my teammates than my teammates were distracted by that only one of them. But let's not only focus on the critical mistakes of the enemy, and also admire the very nice lineup that we made in order to counter this attack. And you might say that it's just, well, the perfect opportunity, it's just right place at the right time, but you notice that our focus fire was also very effective. I thought I was going to die because I was swarmed by enemy tanks, but yet our team was managing to kill them off quickly enough so they didn't have enough firepower anymore to kill me during that time. So we're very good team play, a focus fire here from our side. Also a very good learning moment from TSS here, also for us, because we also tend to, well, push a little bit too aggressive at some of our strongholds or clan battles. So knowing this, that, well, it might be a very good idea and the strategy could be effective, the fact that we have just the perfect setup to counter it could always happen. Maybe they thought that we were more camping, or maybe we would spread out more across the 9 and 8 line, but, well, sometimes you have to take account that any kind of defensive lineup can happen against you. So great learning moment is that you always have to account for the perfect counter, for the perfect defensive counter towards your attack. So never fully commit your attack at the very start. Try to first scout the enemy team and know where they are. So their EBRs are now pretty much scouting out the city, but, well, they did pretty much nothing because there was nothing there to scout. Of course, that might work if they had a full-on medium team with all of them rushing down the 0 line, but still they would have more trouble because our lineup was so perfectly. We had the perfect ambush at them. So at the very start, when they pushed around the buildings, we actually had a better line of fire, better aimed, because we were standing still waiting for them while they are on the move, but firing on the move has a far lower chance to actually hit and deal damage. So because of that, this was a very quickly decided game between our clan and a other clan, which was supposedly the better one, at least on the global map. But, well, here they might just fucked up. That can happen, but it's still interesting the amount of things that you can learn from it, even though the battle was decided with, well, let me actually count it. So the encounter started really around 9 minutes and 14 seconds, 1 minute 15, and it was pretty much decided 8 minutes 42 seconds, just pretty much half a minute it was decided. And with that, that's pretty much the end of it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Laters.